I'm going to talk about mm, what I would have done before coming to Belgium. Currently, I live in Belgium, but originally, I come from Uganda. I'm a Ugandan by birth, by everything, but I did my first profession, my first studies, um, my profession, you know, in Uganda. That's where I finished my studies from. Then I joined my man here in Brussels, Belgium, and there are a few things that I would have done before setting foot to Belgium. Of course, I know there are certain things that are really hard when someone has to travel, yeah, from or migrate to another country. You're really in for adventure. You don't know the culture, you don't know the weather, you don't know how it's really quite challenging. But there are a few things that I think would have made my life a little bit easier, you know. Good enough. Okay, it's like I wasn't alone, of course. I came over here and joined someone who had lived here for such a long time, and that's my man. And but due to the fact that I had finished my studies over there, and my life was kind of established in Uganda, it was really a challenge for me in the beginning, because most of the people I would come across would talk about cleaning. Please! Cleaning is okay. Cleaning people's houses, cleaning people's offices is okay. But I can't do it until when I get onto pension. I can't. I do that at home. I do that for my children. I do that for my friends. So cleaning is fine, but I wouldn't love to do it up to my, pension, and it would really take a toll onto my body. I don't think I can really work physically. I'm so glad for the people who can do it, but personally, it's really kind of challenging. So most people I would come across would tell me, no, don't you want to earn? No? If you want to earn, just join join everybody. Go to our job agency. Here we have job agencies, and it's kind of easy getting jobs. But then for the bad, okay, not the bad jobs, but kind of those easy jobs that people don't want to do, they're really available. So I noticed that, and then and also the pay. The pay never, rises. It's a flat pay, because they keep saying, oh no, you don't have qualifications in this, you don't have qualifications in that. And personally, I've had of course, I had a profession, and I was earning from it. So it would be very tricky for someone to come and convince me, to go and do something, because you can really get the job so fast, and then and then you don't get that job increment per year for the next 15 years. They do it when you have qualifications. Every year you get a certain increment onto your salary for the next 15 years or something. That's how it is here in Belgium. And it's like wherever you go to in Belgium, you have to use that same salary scale. It doesn't stay onto the beginner salary scales. No, it goes on, increasing per year until when you go to for the 15 or 10 years. So what I did, I knew I had to do some work. Not so much, but it's quite worth it. I knew I had to integrate. In Belgium, we speak three official languages: Dutch, French, and Germany. And my qualifications were in English, so I could not work with people as a nurse in English. People who could not speak English. The patients, speak French, Dutch, or Germany. So I had to go back to school, learn languages, and then learn also the professional language, we do in nursing, and do some kind of equivalence. There are agents that you go to, you declare your qualifications, they contact your school of origin, and then they see what is not in line with their profession or standard. And then they tell you to just redo it maybe for the 1 year or 6 months. But it has to come to European standards. And it was really helpful because where we come from, old people never go to nursing homes. We take care of our grandparents, of our great-grandparents and so on. They stay with us in our homestays, with family. And in Europe, the thing is that people don't have time, or maybe they think they can't take care of their elder, those elderly people. So what they do, they take them to nursing homes so that they can work, pay the taxes and so on. So I had to adjust to that. I went back to school. You learn the languages. It helped me communicate better with people. I integrated a little bit during also the 6 months. You learn how Belgians live. It doesn't have to be Belgium. Even in Sweden or Norway, Finland, and so on, you have to embrace the culture. Learn ABC. If you know how people live, how people behave, you're going to be successful. Okay? So that's what I did. My kids want to get into that. They want to come and see what mommy is doing. No, not now. So what I did, I tried to integrate. You learn how people live, your new family, If you can't, there is a saying that goes, if you can't beat them, join them. So I'm not here to beat anyone. I decided to join. And it's really helpful. It's helpful. You learn a lot. You know what to do. You know where to get this and that. It makes your life easier. What came up hard was the weather. Yeah, because I was used to rainy and sunny seasons back home. And in Europe, it's kind of tricky. There is winter, there is summer, there is spring, autumn, those ugly seasons. They can be beautiful if you make the best of them. But it's like winter, oh no. Spring, no. Spring is so good because this is when flowers get to blossom and so on. But then I discovered something about myself. I'm allergic to most of the flowers. I sneeze, and sometimes, it's like I didn't know what was even causing this thing. I would even get asthma. I would get asthma attacks. I've never had asthma attacks in Uganda, but I had to get them in Europe because I would get hold of these flowers that would blossom around, and I didn't know that was the problem. It was the problem. It was so basically later I learned what was good for me and what was bad for me. Then there is also one important aspect what everybody should know. Join the expatriate groups to the country you're going to. Because right now I have so many friends who are expatriates. Most of them are foreigners, but then we learn so much from each other. We get connections. Most people come here working with the EU, and when it's time to go back home, they connect you if you've got the right qualifications. And I used to think, connections would only work in, Uganda or Africa. Connections are real life aspects in Europe. People have reference, People have got jobs, in big organizations, EU, UN, what. But it's when you hear from someone, someone is going on pension, and this one has the qualifications. If you know them, before even they advertise these jobs, you're already at work. Yeah. There are also very important websites like Indeed.com. Now, the employers that put job listings on Indeed, it's my own assessment. These are people with open minds. They can take in foreigners as or new people. You know, they are not. They don't have that phobia. they are really good people that are really open for anything. They can give you a job provided you have the qualities and the qualifications for the job. That's what I discovered about Indeed.com. So if I knew something about Indeed prior to my migration to Belgium in Brussels, it would have been a very useful tool. Okay, so those websites I've listed, very important before you set foot. For connections and job, expatriate. Yeah, expatriate.com and Indeed.com. Those you have to know when you're still back home. Then by the time you come here, you've got a village of people that know you, then can give you the tools to go around. You know, there is the nightlife, there is those, you know, trendy restaurants, you know, exhibitions and so on. Very many opportunities, very many events, but you have to have a group of people that are really nice and understand you. You know, at least have an idea. They have an idea about who you might be. Okay? Thank you for listening. And I'll be so happy if you liked my video, you share this video, and subscribe. Subscribe. And make sure, make a comment. Tell me what you learned from this. It's a learning experience for me. This is what I think. This is my mind. Those are the things that I've done before coming to Belgium. Okay, thanks for listening once more. Bye.